31 is solving log, and you can write out equations. I'm not going to, but you can. All right, my goal is to get to 10 of them today. Maybe 11, but probably 10. And then we should also have a little bit of time for you to start your homework. Okay? So, before we start solving, what is our goal when we are solving? To find x. So everything we are doing today is with the purpose of getting x by itself. Edwin, sit your butt down and take notes. Alright, example 1 is log base 3 of 4x minus 7 equals 2. While I go over this, I'm also going to just talk about some things you need to watch out for or common mistakes that people make when solving. Alright, so first things first, how do I get x by itself here? I need to do something called exponentiate. Can everybody say exponentiate? Exponentiate means I am turning this into an exponent. A lot of people like to tell me, you're going to raise it to the power of 3. Am I going to put cubed up here? I'm not raising it to the power of 3. I am exponentiating by 3. Meaning, 3 is now my base. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. What happens right here? They cancel, so I'm left with 4x minus 7 equals what? What's 3 squared? 9. Be careful. So common mistakes people make, they forget to exponentiate the other side. They bring down a 2. Also, guess how many people tell me 3 squared is 6? Okay, just be careful about those two things. Now, could you do the bubble thing? Absolutely. Could you do 3 squared equals that? Absolutely. Yep. And then, what do I know from here? Yeah. What do I know from here? Yeah, solve it. Basic algebra. Let's go back to middle school. Now, if you give me this, I will count a point off. Because we are solving, you need solution sets. Do I have any questions about number 1? We are doing 10. Yeah. We just did 1. And what, a minute? 2 minutes? Example 2. 2 plus 3 natural log of x equals 11. Remember, when you're doing this, you are only getting a baby calculator. So what am I going to do first? Move the 2. And then no. Divide by 3. And then how do I get x by itself when it's with a natural log? Exponentiate. The inverse of natural log is e. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. So x is going to equal, do you know what e to the third power is? Cool, me neither. That's your answer. You are not getting Desmos, so you just leave it like that. Your answer can have e in it. Write that down, please. Do I have any questions so far? The natural log base 5 of x squared minus 2 not natural log, sorry, equals log base 5 of 47. What am I going to do first? Say that a little bit louder. Log 5 what? They cancel. So do y'all remember when we did our blue paper, we had all the properties? Just like exponents, if you have the same base on both sides, they can cancel. You can either cancel them like this, or what could you do to both sides? Could you exponentiate by 5 and they still cancel? So it's the same thing. What does this leave me? Can y'all solve that? Go. Did I get the problem right? Do y'all agree with me? No, why not? Plus or minus. Please, please, please do not forget the plus or minus whenever you are square rooting. Now, I caution you. Are both of them solutions? Why not? Okay. We learned last week you cannot have a negative log, right? However, if you plug in 7, is it going to be negative? What if you plug in negative 7? What's negative 7 squared? So x can be negative as long as when you plug it in, your log is still positive. Does that make sense? So because I plugged it in right here and it came out positive, you're good, it works. That will not always be the case. See this next problem. Log base 12 of x plus 4 plus log base 12 of x plus 5 equals log base 6 of 6. Miss Glazer, was math your subject? It was.
Yeah, only at the 5th grade.
So this is fun, right? So, as a reminder, real quick, last unit, when we had exponents, what did I count off a lot of y'all points for? Not doing. 1 to 1. Hold on. The same thing applies with this. You have to have 1 to 1. So, what do I have to do before I can just do things? What do you have to do? Not add them, because adding really means I do what? Multiply them. So remember, when you're adding, you can combine them and multiply. We're condensing here. Does that make sense? And guys, say it again? Yeah, sorry. What is log base 6 of 6? Be careful, on the quiz, a couple of y'all put 0. It's 1. There's an invisible exponent of 1 there. All right, what do I do now? Exponentiate by what? 12. And what you do to one side? So many people forget to do that to this side. Don't forget to do it to both sides. And 12 to the first power is 12. What are your thoughts? Now what? FOIL. Be careful. You cannot separate them and make them equal 12. It doesn't work like that. It has to equal 0. So I am going to FOIL. And then make it equal 0. Can y'all finish solving this for me? Why would I count points off on this problem? Every time. Somebody always gets points off on this. Why? They don't set it equal to 0. Do you have equal signs all the way down? You don't need them out front, just all the way down. All right, what's my answer here? X equals -8 and 1. Now, back to what we said before. Can you have a negative x? It depends. What does it depend on? -8. If I plug -8 back into my original equation, am I going to get a positive log? No. -8 is extraneous. It doesn't work. Does that make sense? What if I plug -1 back into it? Spot it. Check all of it. What if I plug -1 here? Yes. So what is my answer? -1. What questions can I answer about this? We've gone pretty fast on 4 problems. We're okay? You okay? Oh yeah, somebody let Gabe know he stole my pencil. I want it back.
Is that his ID?
What?
Is that his ID?
No, he didn't put his ID up. But I know it was him. Alright, log base 2 of x plus 3 minus log base 2 of x equals 3. Do we think we can do this one on our own? Let's try it. Gabe, Alex, and... I know, I was about to say Coy. Remember, when you're subtracting, you really have to divide. What do I do next? Exponentiate. What's 2 to the 3rd power? Y'all, on the test, some of y'all got an answer like this. Ooh, can y'all remind me when I let y'all do homework, I'll give you back your test? I forgot to do that yesterday. Some of y'all did this, and then I think y'all just got kind of confused. And some of y'all just straight up stopped. Some of us, I couldn't even tell you, some of us gave me equation as answers. What do I do here? So I get x plus 3 equals 8x, and then? Yeah, y'all got here and you're like, minus 3. My answer is 8x minus 3. No, we got to get x's together. Minus x. And divide. What is my solution? 3 over 7. We good? Can I go faster? We're doing 10. We got 34 minutes left in class.
30 seconds per check.
Alright, e raised to the 4 minus 3x equals 6. How would I get x by itself here? Now we're dealing with exponents. We don't even have logs, we just have exponents. What do we do? If only. If I rotate and reflect. Doesn't work that way. How do I get rid of e? I can natural log both sides, because what you do to one side. Now, hold on real quick, look up. When we exponentiated by e right here, do you agree this was actually exponentiating and we made that an exponent? With natural logs right here, we're just putting it next to it. We're not raising it to anything. We don't need it to be the exponent because those just cancel. What am I left with on the left? And what am I left with on the right? Do you know what natural log of 6 is?
Yes.
Cool, me neither. Just leave it. Yep. But I got to get x by itself. Subtract 4. So don't forget that negative 3x equals natural log of 6 minus 4. And then what? Divide by negative 3. So my answer is the natural log of 6 minus 4. Don't subtract those. Over negative 3. And you can just leave it like that. It's going to look like that because we don't have Desmos. Does it bother anybody that that negative's on the bottom? If you're a no person, cool. That's your answer. If you're a yes person like me, I'm just going to negate the top. So that these are the same answer. I just distributed the negative up top. Okay? Whichever one you want is your answer. I would accept both. What questions do I have? Can I move faster? All right. For these next 4 problems, we are going to, and again, your homework tonight, this is for your homework on Thursday. Your homework tonight is what we did yesterday. These next couple problems are all going to be exponents. For a problem like this, how do I get rid of 2 to the x? How do I get rid of a base of 2? Can't divide it by 2. That's a base. Louder? Say it louder. You could do log with a base of 2. Do you agree I could make that? And then it becomes 2 to the x. And what you do to one side? You do to the other. So I can just log base 2. Just like over here, we natural log both sides. Now I can log base 2 both sides. What does that end up giving me? Y'all, that is my answer. I can't do anything else with this. Okay, yeah, solution sets, but I'm going to show you something else before I do that. Okay, can y'all look up real quick? This right here is just the loop. Right? Isn't it? It's just the loop that we learned last week. So instead of doing this, you could have just done the loop, log base 2 of 5 equals x. Now, some of you might not like that answer, like me. You could also do change of base. And I like natural log. So you could make this the natural log of 5 over what? The natural log of 2. That can be your answer. By the way, I'm going to... But do you have to do natural log? No. You could do common log of 5 over common. You can do the log of any base you want. Honestly, it doesn't matter. These are all the same answer. If I put these in Desmos, all of these are going to give me the exact same answer. So I don't care which way you give it to me. Then leave it the first one if that's the one you like, for sure. Somebody, first period, was like, well, Miss Olivares, what if I do the log base 5 of 5 over the log base 5 of 2, and then I get, and I'm like, yeah, sure, do that. Like, it does not matter. It honestly does not matter. Again, it doesn't matter. You can make this a log base 2, and then guess what you end up getting? You end up back over here. Like, it's all the same thing.
So can I just write something with the numbers in and you kind of...
As long as they're equivalent, yes. As long as they're equivalent. Okay? I know, it's a little weird. But again, stick with KISS. Keep it simple, sillies. All right, last one I'm doing on this page, and then we'll go. Example 8 is 8 times 3 to the x equals 5. 8 times 3 to the x equals 5. What do I do? What? What? I just can't hear y'all. Like, what are y'all saying? It's a bunch of mumbling. Thank you. Divide by 8. I got to get rid of that front number first. 3 to the x equals 5 over 8. Now what? Log it. What do you mean by that? Log base 3 of 3 to the x equals... And that gives me... Are we cool with that? Nope. Or?
No.
No, you're done. Again, it could be any of them. You could do common log. Again, I like natural log better than common log, but you could do any of them. Are we okay with that? It's a little weird, right? I agree. Ask me. Okay, so as long as you get that, you're good. That's all that matters. Can I go on? All right, last two problems. I have to flip over because I write big. If you're on the same page, stay on the same page. Oh, no, these are not light speed questions. Example, what are we, 9? E to the 2x minus e to the x minus 12 equals 0. Did y'all do this in college algebra yet? What? You did not do this last year, definitely. Okay. That's a good question. I'm going to show you. It's actually the same e. So Jeremy said, why are there two different e's? Would you agree that I could rewrite this one as e to the x squared? Yeah. Minus e to the x minus 12 equals 0. Would y'all agree with that? No. E to the 2x, do y'all agree that's equivalent to e to the x squared? Okay. Yep. E to the x. Now, hold on. We're going to let a equal e to the x. Write that down. We're going to replace e to the x with a. I promise it's a lot easier than it looks. Maybe. What?
Maybe.
Okay, so now, instead of writing e to the x, what am I going to write? She said I'm out. I'm going to write a squared minus, what's e to the x? A minus 12 equals 0. Does that look more manageable to you?
Sure.
What would you do next if this was the problem? Factor it. What factors of negative 12 give me negative 1? What questions do I have so far? Are we okay? Guess what? We're going back. But instead of a, what am I now going to write? E to the x minus 4 e to the x plus 3. Don't forget equals 0. Some of you are going to be able to not do this right side and just figure that out. I personally am always going to make it equal a and do that for y'all. Now, what am I going to do? E to the x minus 4 equals 0. E to the x plus 3 equals 0. And solve. What do I do here? Plus 4. So e to the x equals 4. Minus 3. E to the x equals negative 3. Are we okay so far? We have to natural log both sides. So x equals the natural log of 4. And x equals the natural log of negative 3. What do we think about that? Say it louder. No, what'd you say, Chris? You can't be negative. Can you have a negative log? Nope. Extraneous. So what's my solution here? Just the natural log of 4. That's my answer. Do you think you could do one of these on your own? Or not yet? Not yet. Last one for today. Can I move on, or do you want to ask me questions? Yeah, it's just, this is just a fancy way to do a quadratic and then bring it back. Alright, last example we're doing today is 4e to the 4x plus 8e to the 2x equals 5. Huh? No. A is going to be what? We'll get there. How can I rewrite this to look like a quadratic? Or what can I do first? Divide by 5? Minus 5. Okay. So this is going to be 4. Do y'all agree this is going to be e to the 2x squared? By the way, to know what a is going to be equal, it's usually going to be the middle one. So like look up real quick. Do you see how e to the x is in the middle? That's your a. Right here, do you see how e to the 2x is in the middle? That's your a. Plus 8 e to the 2x. Me?
Wait, can you say that again?
Yeah, whatever's in the middle is going to be your a. So like right here, e to the x was in the middle. That's what my a is. Right here, e to the 2x is in the middle. So that kind of helps me do what my a is. Yeah. Just whatever's in the middle. Yeah, because you're always going to want one squared and one by itself. So we're going to let a equal what here? E to the 2x. Alright, I want you to factor this and finish this problem on your own. I just did the hardest part for you.
Oh wait, so a can be whatever. What? Oh no. Basically,
Say that again?
Because like now it's 2x.
We're going to talk about that.
You just set it to wherever. It's just a different. Alright.
Sci-Fair is hiring. There's a job fair today after school if you want to go find a job in the district.
I'm okay.
I'm so done.
I was hired by Sci-Fair when I was 16. I was a tutor at Post. They paid me probably like $7.50 an hour.
Does she know have an internship at Google?
At where?
At Google.
At Google. Good.
That's 25 above
My name is Arvind.
minimum wage, literally the minimum. At least $8 an hour. Where I go to work doesn't pay me $100 an hour out of my work. Where is it?
What did y'all get for the factors here?
2A plus 5.
2A plus 5, 2A. Okay. And remember, this time A is e to the 2x. Ah, not A. Don't forget your equal 0. IHOP. Hey guys, if it's going to equal a negative number, what do you automatically know? Right? Do you agree we're going to have to natural log a negative number? So like I don't even need to keep going. Like I'm cool with y'all stopping and not wasting your time there. What am I going to do from here?
Divide by 2.
No.
Is that all?
Natural log first. Oh, you were past me?
You were past me.
Oh, okay. You were doing one step earlier. And then divide by 2. So your answer is the natural log of 1/2 over 2. Bless you. Or you could write 1/2 natural log of 1/2. Or, I'm done. Just kidding. We're good.
No more ors.
No more ors, y'all are over it. Again, if you're cool with that, you end it with that. I'm fine with that. All right. Tomorrow, your homework is due. It's 21 problems. That's what you're going to do for the rest of class. Then you have a quiz. Then we're doing 2 problems that are going to take up half a page each.
I'm not gonna be here tomorrow.
Watch the video.
Okay.
Are you going to be here Thursday?
Yeah.
Bring the homework Thursday and you'll take it.